video. So earlier today I had one task, and that was to go to the shops and get my weekly grocery top up for under £30. Now I have to say I failed miserably at this, but I was determined to try and keep the shop down, and I realised that sometimes it's not always my fault. Sometimes there's lots of tricks that I use. I fell for a few today, so I wanted to share with you a few of the tricks used in the supermarkets to get you to spend more money. As I headed to the shop, I noticed that there was lots of trolleys there. There was a few small ones, but there was loads of big ones. If we get a big one, we're more likely to spend more money. We've got more room to shop. I purposely tried to get the smaller one, and thankfully I got one of the last few that was available. Then as I head into the shop, I noticed there's so many offers, and there's a real play on feeling of like happiness and summertime, and like straight away you're getting visions of barbecues. And if I even had a chance to get into the supermarket and actually look at all the items that I needed, I noticed that there was a whole row of offers, and I found myself browsing. I had to snap myself out of it. I just wanted to go and get my items on the list. I came prepared, but the supermarkets are quite clever because they've actually got all your essentials such as bread, milk and eggs all spread out across the supermarket. The milk was pretty easy to access. It was near the front of the supermarket. However, the bread was all the way down the other side, and there was no way I was able to make it to the other side of the supermarket without getting caught up in the offers. So as I'm walking down the supermarket, I'm noticing towards the end of each row there's like offer aisles, rollback, huge nice displays, really colourful. And I was tempted. I found myself looking at branded disinfectant that I would never normally buy because it was on offer, and I just had to keep reminding myself. I'm heading towards the bread aisle and I'm getting a couple of bits as I go along. As I'm getting the food shop and I'm getting items such as pasta and hand wash, when I get to the toiletry section, I've noticed that I'm actually having to look down for the one that I want. Now I downshift all my items, which basically means you get a cheaper version of the item that you would like. A lot of the branded hand washes were placed on eye level. When I looked down, the supermarket versions were placed at a lower level. I found myself having to bend down or look down and grab items that was much more affordable for my budget. This also goes to say to look up too. As I was looking at the cereals, I noticed that the actual branded Coco Pops were all on eye level, but if I looked up, I could see the supermarket's own version at the very top, which was quite hard to reach. I'm 5'6", I'm not the tallest person. As I was buying all the items, I realised that, you know what, I don't actually need any tea bags now, but I'm going to have a look and see if they're on offer. Now, we love Tetley's in our house, and we are big tea drinkers. Over the last year, we've been getting a big bag of Tetley's on offer. Initially, I saw this offer for £5 in Asda, but then I noticed that it went up to £7. And as I was like shopping in other shops every now and then, I would see it on offer there for £5. I thought I'd have a look today, and yet it was £7. Though this is displayed such a good deal that you're getting this big bag for £7, it's actually not the best offer. And I saw the mangoes on offer, and I thought, yep, that's another impulse buy that I didn't need to buy. Right next to it was a little stand full of yellow sticker potatoes, and I was really tempted to get them, but actually we didn't need it because we had some at home. They would have just gone to waste. But I found it strange how it was placed right next to the fruit and veg rather than the potatoes that was on the other side. I wouldn't expect them to be there. I actually decided not to get them just because we had some potatoes at home. But that made me think about yellow sticker deals, how I always find it quite hard to get. I've always found that yellow sticker deals are really good and you can get some amazing bargains, but it really does vary depending on the department and also the store as well. Each store and each department seems to have yellow sticker deals at different times, so you never quite catch them. So anyway, I've almost done all my shop, but every time I go to the shop, I have to get my son a little treat. So I decided to have a look in the sweet section, but because I was on a budget, we wasn't going to get anything too big. It was just going to be a little small treat. And then I noticed that a lot of the sweets, the little small Freddos, does anyone remember when they used to be 5p? Curly Whirlies and all those little small treats were all really low. And that's when I remembered the trick that I'd heard recently, that actually supermarkets place sweets and chocolates on a lower level so it grabs the kids' attention, and then they end up pestering their parents for sweets, which always happens to me. And the same goes for cereal as well. Cereals such as Coco Pops Rice Krispies with the fun, friendly characters. They're all on the lower level so that the kids ask their parents and it's accessible for them. In the end, I ended up getting all the items on my shop, a few additional impulse spends, mainly to do with tea tonight because I just really don't think I'm going to be making tea tonight. All in all, it wasn't too bad. I did end up spending an additional £9. Yeah, that's my grocery shop, and that was the tricks that I noticed that the supermarkets use today, which made me spend more money. But thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.